what the contacts were.
How rich is it that we sit around and say, we don't know. We have to wait till Obama tells us. We don't know about these connections. We don't know whether he really ran the 2002 campaign or not. Again, I will guarantee you, if Sarah Palin had run if Sarah Palin had run Ted Stevens' campaign in 2002 and somebody had bragged about it in the New Yorker, the press would have savaged them. But we sit here now, it's almost Christmas, and we don't know the truth about it. We don't know the truth about any of this because we haven't done the investigative work. And so you're saying, we don't know. Fair. Why don't we know? We don't know because we haven't done the work.
Well, I mean, some of the parties to the conversation are under arrest, right? And other parties of the conversation are not responding to questions, and they're wiretap phone calls that we don't have access to. So, I mean, I believe that, as Mike said, the Chicago Tribune, who is the...
Where's the New York Times? Where's the Washington Post?
I think everybody's working this story and getting what they can.
The New York Times has a front-page article on it today. A crime or just talk, ?
Talking about Blagojevich.
Right.
Yeah.
We know nothing about Emanuel. We know nothing about Emanuel's days in Chicago politics.
It's a whole section here on 820 about Obama team's review. Come on, they're covering it.
They're covering Blagojevich. They're not covering the nexus, and you know.
No. If you want to convict the press of not knowing everything at this stage, guilty. But that doesn't mean they're not trying to cover it.
John, I'm not convicting the press of not knowing everything. I'm convicting the press because they didn't investigate this past summer. When they were sending all those people to Wasilla, a town of 9,000, they should have been going to Chicagoland. And they never did.
Really
the press never covered
to cover the Blagojevich.
This guy was under investigation.
At the background of a candidate who had only been in national politics for 1 year before he decided to run for president of the United States and was born from the most corrupt political city in America. Do we not think that warranted an investigation? Not to suggest he did anything wrong, but to see what his background was.
Coverage of his background.
Okay, then tell me this.
Ryan Liz's piece.
Tell me this. Did Barack and Liz is the only one that wrote about it. He got kicked off the campaign plane. So here's my question for you. If we know so much about this, answer this question. Was Barack Obama intimately involved in Blagojevich's 2002 campaign?
He was involved, I don't know how intimately.
Why? Why don't you know that?
Because I'm not sure how to factor out the BS quotient in that ROM quote.
Why can't you factor that out?
Yeah, what's the issue
because it's not a story that I personally covered.
I know, but why didn't somebody investigate this 6 months ago when Ryan Lizza wrote it? It's pretty fascinating because in 2008 we knew he was the most corrupt governor in America.
Let me put my newspaper columnist / newspaper redditor hat on for you to answer your question about Wasilla, Alaska, as opposed to the Blagojevich administration.
Not Blagojevich, Barack Obama and his background.
Whatever. She was the next new face. No one had ever heard of her. So you're going to send as many people as you can afford to send up to Alaska to explain to the reading public who she is. You're sitting there, you know Obama, you know the governor of Illinois.
I don't know Obama.
Everybody knows who the governor is.
You don't know Obama. You can't even tell me whether he ran the 2002 campaign.
I can tell you this much. He was a state senator in Illinois then, and he ran that campaign about as much as I did.
Oh, really? How do you know that?
Just instinct.
Instinct?
Yeah.
Well, newspaper editor, shouldn't we have facts instead of instinct?
Well, I don't live in Chicago.
That's what everybody's working on, instinct. You know what? I like him, so I expect that he's a really good guy. I hope if I ever run for politics again, I am given this much benefit of the doubt.
If you will, stay with us.
We're going to let you talk next segment. We'll be right back with sports.